With Tom Luganbill, I'm Anish Shroff. We had heard from Miami head coach Mark Richt before we went to break as ACC football kickoff continues here in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Westin Hotel. Lugs, Mark Richt inherits a really good quarterback, one of the best in the country in his first season as the U's head coach.
Yeah, and he's his type of quarterback. And when you have a head coach that's going back to his roots, and he's going to coach the quarterback again, he's going to call the plays. I think that intimate relationship of the day-to-day interaction is so critical to the overall success. I know Mark Richt's got to be ecstatic about walking into a situation with a proven commodity like Brad.
And he's got a chance to move up this list, maybe even get to the top. You look at most career passing yards in Miami history. Right now, Brad Kaaya, 5th all-time. Ken Dorsey holds the top spot. And Dorsey, by the way, in 2003 was the last Miami quarterback to get drafted. That sounds incredible in itself, doesn't it? Brad Kaaya joins us on set.
It's been a while.
Well, you're gonna change that, whether it's this year or next year. But I know that's something you got to deal with now a little bit. You know, you're draft eligible. All the hoopla and the hype and people wondering about what happens after Miami. How do you handle that?
One thing for me is just tone it out right now. A lot of my teammates ask me about it and stuff like that, and people around the program. For me, it's just all about toning it out and just, letting my teammates know that, I owe it to them to give my full undivided attention into this off season and in this up and coming ball season, because the NFL will always be there, whether it's this year or 2 years from now. So right now, it's all about making Coach Richt's first year, a good one, a successful campaign. So,
Brad, you came all the way to Miami from the state of California. So you go away from home. You go away long ways. You're thrust into duty as a freshman. You win the job. All right. So there's a lot on your shoulders, a lot going on, and it's not just football. It's school. It's being away from home, and it's hard to be a leader.
Yeah.
All right. How has that experience as a freshman made you into the player you are now?
Yeah. I'm seasoned. I've seen it all. I've literally seen the best possible scenarios, and I've seen the worst scenarios. I've literally the whole spectrum. I've seen it. So for me, can you hear me? For me, it's just being able to spread that knowledge onto my teammates, and stuff like that. I can spread to them and show them the ropes, or whether it's a new guy, a freshman, a guy who redshirted. I can spread my knowledge to them and make them better players and people. So,
what did you know about Mark Richt before he came to Miami?
I actually knew a lot. I grew up. I used to always watch the SEC. He always had good teams, man. They were always competitive. He had some good quarterbacks. Murray, Stafford. Stafford was he was golden arm, man.
That's got to get you excited.
So just his history with quarterbacks, even at Florida State. The guys he had there, phenomenal. So that part I knew coming in. So
when you're playing at the University of Miami, and we all know the perception of the program and the U and how it's viewed, and so when it's not an 11-1 team or a 12-0 team or a 10-2 team, how much pressure does that put on you as a member of this squad that's trying to get that program back to national prominence?
It is pressure, and it's a good thing. It's good that people, an 8-4 season last year, 8-4 regular season, that's average for people here. That's okay. That's a rough season for you guys. Yeah. And I think it's a good thing, because we shouldn't short-sight ourselves. That it should always be, winning as many games as possible. It should always be 10-win seasons should be a standard at Miami. And I commend the people of South Florida for that, and everyone around the program that they should hold us to a standard of excellence. Because look at all the guys who came before us.
Sure.
Ray Lewis was just at school last week giving a speech. Michael Irvin, Ken Dorsey. All those guys. Putting the jersey on, it should mean something to you. It should mean something to my teammates and mean something to myself as well. So.
Last thing, Brad, I know last season, obviously, there was so much turmoil around the program, so much white noise. I'm sure it affected you guys to some degree. What can you learn from having gone through that last year and carry it forward this year?
Yeah. There's a lot of different lessons I learned last year. But one thing I noticed is that the adversity, it brought us even closer. All the guys who were coming back, we have 10 starters back on offense. And just seeing stuff like that, and what we all went through together last year, it's brought us even closer as a team. And it was all kinds of stuff, whether it was Coach Golden getting let go, or we had our best player, Artie Burns. His mom died that same week. Worst loss in school history too. All that stuff kind of it kind of just banded us together, and it's kind of carried over into the season. And there were, when Coach Richt first got here, there wasn't a huge buy-in time because guys were already ready to go and they were motivated. They were still feeling last season, and they were ready to go and kind of attack this offseason. So that's one thing I took.
We look forward to watching you guys. There's a lot of excitement around this program. New head coach, certainly a lot of excitement around you. Brad, thank you.
Keep it going. Thank you.
All right, man.